go get them again.
Welcome back to another unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we're delving into the brand of Burberry, and this is part of their Mr. Burberry line, and this one called Mr. Burberry Indigo, a flanker. Fun fact, I own zero. I don't even think I haven't smelled any Mr. Burberry. Mr. Burberry, the original, Intense, all of that. This is gonna be my first dip into, the bottles look great. They look super classy, I love them. But I feel like it's just an entry-level kind of designer, like not entry-level, that's kind of like bargain bin, but this is like kind of stepping up into $50, $60 range designer fragrances. Burberry is kind of, I don't know, it's a lost brand, honestly. I feel like they could do so much better with the branding, but comme ci, comme ça, c'est la vie. This is from my personal collection. Yes, we're delving, I'm trying. It's kind of getting out of hand, like it's spilling over now, like a lot of my personal stuff, because it's been years that I'm not unboxing and giving out first impressions of the stuff that like this has been collecting dust for years. It's on the other side of the camera. I have hundreds, I'm not kidding, hundreds of unboxings. Like what I did in 2024 for decanting, I could probably do that for the whole year, like twice a day, every day. For my own personal collection. I got to get these out of the way. So Mr. Burberry is one of those. It was like kind of like a throw in. It has mint in it. I'll be honest, that's the reason why I bought it. I love mint-based fragrances. We'll see if it's any good. But I really haven't sat down and smelt this Mr. Burberry line at all from Burberry. So this was a blind buy because I heard it's a mint-based scent. That was the whole theme. I see that Francis K is the pen of it. Mr. Ziad. I wonder if that's because he's been doing for years. Francis has been penning a lot of Burberry scents, so I wonder if that's a conflict now. I wonder if they can't use them anymore because he's at Ziad. Like he was penning these in his MFK stuff all the time. So I wonder. Anyway, so let's see how this one goes. Obviously, the spring is going to be right around the corner. Hopefully, get rid of some of the snow here. I think this one is discontinued in certain countries, and I'm very cautious when I'm talking about discontinuation because you never know. But this is going to be my very first one from the line, so hopefully it's not that bad. Now, if you're new here, welcome to the Robes Over channel. I'm your host, Mark. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. We've got lots more to discover together, and you know, that's one thing with me. Not paid and bought for, not free bottles. I'll tell you, like, even though I bought this with my own money, I'll be honest with I'll look at myself in the mirror and go, oh, well, you just wasted 60 bucks. And I'll tell you, I don't mind, right? A lot of reviewers, they spend their own money. You're gonna have a positive fragrance review. So hit that subscribe button, smash that like button for my work. Much appreciated. Merci beaucoup to my returnees. Welcome back. You know the drill. This was released back in 2018. Knows Francis K. So we'll see. Did Francis do all the Mr. Burberrys? I wonder. I should have went online and I'm assuming he did because he does a lot of Burberry stuff. Now let's take a look at the note breakdown, where obviously is the reason why is the mint. So let's see what else is with the mint. In the top, we got rosemary, lemon, bergamot, and grapefruit. So very citrusy, some herbal touches. In the mid, we got herbal touches of mint, watery notes. Oh, ooh, that scares me a little bit. Is this going to be a bluey? Oh, no, 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 no. Don't do this to me. Violet, sage, tea. Hediones, okay. And in the base, we got oak moss, ISO-E Super. Okay, and amber. It's unique to see ISO-E Super in a note breakdown. Usually they don't. Some brands don't, but it's not like Ambroxan is all over the place in note breakdowns. ISO-E Super usually is hidden, like they either put like vetiver or cedar as the note breakdown or something like that. Looking at pricing, you're looking at around, for retail, probably around $60 to $80 USD, give or take. It's cheaper designer brand. You can find it at discounters for around 40 to 50 bucks for a 50 mil, give or take. I think I paid 60 Canadian, so it's around that realm. So we'll get the little strip ready. We've got one here. We'll put it right there because I've totally forgot. I always do. I've been doing a lot of non-unboxing videos where it's just the bottle's there. So let's actually unbox this. There it is, it fell. My bottle has been macerating in the box while in my house, while it's waiting for me to unbox it. Somebody will get the joke. Oh man, the cap's huge on this thing. It's like stuck. Okay, it's got that blue color. That's what's scaring me right now. Watery notes in the blue color, indigo. It's gonna be bluey. I didn't know the caps were so huge on these. Like, how much plastic was used on this. It's got Burberry on here, on the inside, and it's got Burberry on the top here. Very nicely done. They did put some money on the bottle because the atomizers matching the bluey. I like the little bow tie. It's all cute. Heavy glass, beautiful bottle presentation. So, first impression, Mr. Burberry Indigo. Not a bad atomizer, kind of mid. All right, wish me luck. Let's hope. Nice minty thing. I'm not looking for the best, just a good one. Okay. Yep. It's got mint. Mint is primary, which is a good sign. It's herbal. This reminds me of something. It's the citruses and the mint are working really well together. Man, this reminds me. This is very familiar. What is this? Well, it's mint and citrus, I know that, but what does it remind me of? Really good balance of notes by Francis. Violet leaf is giving it the watery aspect. You got citruses, mint. This is really uplifting. It's not bad at all, but it reminds me of something. It's not unique. Oh. Ooh, it's better on strip than on my skin. Let's give it a sec. That was a shock to the system there. I'm like, no. This is beautiful. This reminds me of, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Is it a Hermes? No. Man, what does this remind me of? It's an herbal mint, violet leaf, watery, lemon. Think herb garden. Oh, it really reminds me of something. It's vegetal a bit. The violet leaf is a major player. Mint, a little bit of rosemary here. Safe for work. Daily wear. Is it Roadster Sport? We're getting close. The citrus appeal in Roadster Sport. It's on that quality too. AQUATIC. Essenza. I knew I remembered it. Obviously not mint. I mean the ozonic, watery aspect. Smells like Essenza a bit. With a little bit of Roadster Sport with the citruses. So the mint is bright. It's natural. It's beautiful. You know, you got that rosemary from, of course, the AQUATIC that in the watery aspect is the exact same. I'm getting tons of green with a little blue tinge. Which honestly, that's a hard sell for me, right? That's a very hard sell for me. So, especially with a brand like this, this might be the best Burberry that I've smelt in my past 5 years. Not in my whole collection, like Burberry London, like early Mark, Burberry London was great. Burberry Brit was good. This is really good. Nothing wrong with it. Like, it's temporary expectations. This is not a $200 niche or designer fragrance. But, you know, I was kind of getting scared here with watery notes. Tea. Not really. But that's okay. The mint's really nice. The mint is definitely dying down. So, but that watery aspect, which is not super synthetic, doesn't smell like somebody wrote in one of my comments yesterday saying what was it? The Lacoste Sport said it smells like a pool, and a lot of aquatics do for me. They're really synthetic, artificial, not very good. Like AQUATIC Essenza is like a perfect designer aquatic for me. It just did it so well. And this is like a poor man's AQUATIC Essenza with a little bit of Roadster Sport, which doesn't have mint in it, but it has like those citruses, the exact same citruses here. It's vegetal. Violet leaf is doing its thing. Rosemary is doing its thing. You know what? As much as you thought, you probably clicked on this and you're like, this is going to get a good panning. Ooh, should I clickbait you and put a weird thumbnail like gross or disgusting and see what happens? No, I'm not that type of guy. And this line, from what I know, from what I've seen, like I don't live under a rock. It's not like, I hate when fragrance reviewers say, oh, I've not looked at any reviews. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. I'm coming in with no expectations. If you're in this fragrance community like I am, I know exactly, I didn't know this was this good, but it's not like I click on every single video of Indigo and go, okay, now I know exactly what I'm expecting. But, you see the thumbnails, you see the excitement, you go on fragrance, things like that. And this Mr. Burberry line felt like it was kind of mid. Like nobody's really talking about it. There's no real big hype on this line. When it first came out, there was some, but it died down like so quick that it was just like, okay, it didn't click, right? Yeah, this is half decent, right? And for the price I paid for it, 60 Canadian, like for my American friends, that's almost free 99 for you. As much as the Canadian dollar is dipping. Kind of sad that I've had this for like 2 years just sitting here, because my collection, as vast and as huge and as massive as it is, right? There's a lot of bad aquatics and there's a lot of bad blue scents in there. Lots of them, tons of them. Half decent. That's the whole thing here. This is good. Francis did his thing here. And with Burberry, it's hit or miss. Honestly, my expectations aren't like you're going to do a Chanel or a Dior here. I'm expecting a Zaro quality, like Diesel, like those kind of brands, like what else? Hugo Boss, right? Not a Boss bottled, but like something else. This is where these things kind of slot in, but this is higher. It's punching higher than that. Honestly, I'm a fan. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in comments below. Good, bad, and the ugly. Don't care. You hate it? Bash it. Bash it in the comments. Just have like, just go at it. Boom, boom. I don't care. Right? This is not personal. This is business. No, it's not business either. This is a hobby. Right? So I treat my comment section as a base notes forum or a Fragrantica. Honestly, social media, and I'm talking about TikTok, I'm talking about Instagram, and I'm talking about YouTube, it's so commercialized now, like it's all marketing. So at the end of the day, like as much as when I first started this YouTube thing and I wanted to build a community, I'm kind of punching myself. I'm just like, no, someone else would have done the hard work to build a community. It would have happened anyway. But it's not even a good place to get good value reviews. You almost have to really, really dig. It's a lot easier to dig into a base notes and Fragrantica where nobody's paying you to do reviews on there, at least from what I know. And you can just read them and really quick and just scour through. Going through like 10-minute videos, it's kind of hard, right? This is scent of the day. Wow. The first designer, really impressive unbox of the year. I like it. 2 thumbs up. I like this one. This one's going to get some wears in the spring. And now, as always, a great pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Have a good one.